Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to Srila Prabhupada Book Reading Club. Currently we are reading The Light of a Bhagvata and we will start our session by offering the prayers. Okay. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरं मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहित कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांच हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So yesterday we have seen we get a lot of material thoughts and like this fact like these thoughts act like a seeds and to to fulfill that desires we again have to take birth again and again and actually like when we have to take the again birth that too in a lower species it is a failure of a human life. Okay, we are wasting our human life and we also see in a Bhagavad Gita in many books also we are reading like small books where Prabhupada is speaking the word Atmaha means you are a killer of a soul. Like how we are killing soul because like our nature is eternal. We are we should be like full of knowledge, full of full of bliss, like and we should be eternal. There is no need to change the body, but because we are having this kind of a material desires we have to enjoy without Krishna, then we are wandering here and there like and like here also the word like a use which is like we are like searching for the like we are running behind the false we are running behind the false enjoyment or false happiness which is not true, but it is just the illusion that it is a happy it is a happiness. Okay, or it is a enjoyment. And we also see that like we must serve uh, we must serve the Vaishnavas. And we also seen in last na like the devotees become very happy when they like when they receive the Vaishnavas. And before that we also see that Prabhupada told us like okay, like do your sadhana very nicely, attend Mangalarti, chant like chant 16 rounds or more rounds, or like like follow the four regulative principles, read here, do everything. But like the most important is like after doing this like you have to go out and you have to pre-reach the mission. And when you start pre-reaching, then Krishna and like Srila Prabhupada become very very happy. Okay, so now we can start with the 19th verse. Yes, Snigdha Mataji, you can start. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A crane stands on the edge of a pond that is always disturbed by flowing water, mud, and stones. The crane is like a householder who is disturbed in the shelter of his home, but who, because of too much attachment, does not want to change his position. The forgetful householder, life of the conditioned soul, is a soul-killing dark well. This is the opinion of Sri Prahlada Maharaj, the celebrated devotee of the Lord. Too much attachment for earth and home is never recommended by a self-realized soul. Therefore, the span of human life should be methodically divided. The first stage is called the Brahma Ashrama, or the order of life in childhood, when the man to be is trained in the ultimate goal of life. The next stage is the Grihastha Ashrama, in which the man is trained to enter into the transcendence. Then comes the Vanaprastha ashrama, the preliminary stage of renounced life. The last stage recommended is the sannyasa order or the renounced order of life. In this way, one accepts a gradual process of spiritual activities for the ultimate goal of liberation. Unfortunately, for want of sufficient culture of the human spirit, no one wants to give up the householder life, even though it is full of pinpricks and mud. And those who are too attached amid the pinpricks of muddy householder life and compared to the cranes that stand on the bank of a river for some sense enjoyment, despite all the inconveniences there. We should always remember that the society, friendship, and love we are supposed to enjoy in family life are only shadowy representations of the real society, friendship, and love reciprocated in the kingdom of God. There is no reality in the conditioned life of material existence, but because of our ignorance, we are attached to the marriage. The idea of society, friendship, and love is not all false, but the place where we search for it is false. We have to give up this false position and rise to the reality. That should be the aim of life, and that is the result of cultivating the human spirit. Unfortunately, for want of sufficient culture of this spirit, the materialistic man always sticks to the false place in spite of all its turmoils. It is said that a man should give up the order of householder life at the age of 50. But in this era of ignorance, even an old man wants to rejuvenate his bodily functions, put on artificial teeth, and make a pretense of youthful life, even on the verge of death. Crane like politicians, especially, are too much attached to the false prestige of position and rank, and so they always seek re election even at the end of life. These are some of the symptoms of an uncultured life. Hari bol Mata.
Very well, Mataji. So now you can understand now, like this is not just giving you spiritual knowledge, but this is also giving us like an idea how we should live. Okay, and we also see now, like in the recent classes, Namnishta Das Prabhu said, like how to train your kids, like for first, for like till 5 years, like you have to pamper them, you have to give them lot of love. Then 5 to 15, you have to train them, like you have to make them intelligent. Prabhuji has taken the class now, like. Don't be don't be innocent, like you need to be intelligence, like and innocence is a sign of ignorance. Okay, so then like then 5 to 15 you have to like like you need to be little what we say like a little strict to kid, like you have to tell them, okay, this is the good thing, this is the bad thing, like you don't have to do the bad things, and you you have to punish them also for that. And after that, like for 15, because till 15 you have to train the kid, like which is good and which is not good. Then after that, like okay, he is now well trained. Now like 15 to 25, like you have to behave like as a friend, like then only like they will open their mind. Okay, and like after 25, like they are independent. Okay, they are like they will do, like because already you have trained them, and already you have advised them. Now let them live their life. Okay, because like because we have the attachment, this is my kid, so like he must or she must hear to me, and like that causes us like a suffering. Okay, but like this is just due to the illusion, because like everyone belongs to Krishna, and like it is just because of karma, like they are coming in our life. Okay, so and like he's coming here like not as much my son, but he's coming here to enjoy. Okay, so like let him like so like we cannot restrict him from the enjoyment. Okay, but like as a parents, it's our duty. So like for this training period and for this friendship period now, like 5 to 15, or like or 15 to 25, like like we can tell them, and we can practice the Krishna consciousness in our home, like by offering the lamps, by performing the artis, by chanting together, by reading together, by telling them Krishna's story every day. So it will help, okay, to train the kids. So now we can we can see the householder life in the last verses is compared to the dark well, and that too without water. So like So when a frog is present in that dark well, then he cannot see the light of spirituality. So that's why the sages should go outdoor and door to door, and they should preach the mission of Krishna Sankirtana movement. And when we fall in this dark a dark well, then we will surely die because there is no water. Okay, so we should take help of the sages. And what Prabhupada is saying here, the forgetful householder life is of a conditioned soul, is a soul killing the dark well. So it is not just a householder, for the householder who is too much attached to the sense gratification, or too much attached to his family members and everything, then for them it is a dark well. But for the devotees who are the proper grahastas, it is like a householder life is the best ashrama to get liberated. Okay, and it is the best way now, we are getting responsibility of some souls, we can help them to go back to the godhead. Okay, so a forgetful householder lives is not considered good. We call it a graha medina, who too much enjoy, engage in a sense enjoyment, and there is no question of a Krishna's service, okay, or satisfying Krishna. So for them it is a considered as a dark well. But for the devotees, for the grahastha, whose goal or whose center, center of living is to satisfy Krishna, samsiddhir haritoshanam, for them it is a householder life is a cause of a liberation. Okay, so we shouldn't misunderstood that okay, I have to go back to the godhead, so that I must be sannyasi. Okay, no, even in a grahastha life you can go back to the godhead, but we have to perform our duties, responsibilities very properly, very nicely, but with the detachment. Okay, this is, I consider this is my son, but actually this person belong to Krishna. Okay, but currently for some years I have some responsibility, Krishna has given me some service, so let me do my service properly. Okay, this is husband, but due to karma we are together, and now I have to perform, Krishna has given me some service to serve my husband, so I have to perform that duty very nicely. And at the same time, if that person is not Krishna consciousness, so and he is not open to that, then I can feed him prasadam, because he don't know this food is offer or not. So or I can bring some mahaprasada from the temple and I can feed him, or I can simply on the on the place of film songs, I can place the kirtans, and you can tell, okay, I love the kirtans, so that's why I'm say uh, hearing. So for in such conditions, when a persons are not favorable, then we have to use our tricks. Okay, so yes, further, so what is the problem is with attachment, when you are too much attached. Okay, so further, too much attachment for the health and the I think it's a wealth and the home is never recommended by the self-realized soul. Okay, so why it is not recommended? Because when you are too much attached to your home, too much attached to your wealth, too much attached to your family members, but all things are related to your body, this body. How? Because you are in this body, that's why you have father, mother, you get the husband, wife, you get the kids, they are related to this. But why it is a temporary? Because in past life you have the mother, father, you have son, daughter, everything you have, but now you are forgot, you have forgot everything. Why? Because this, all these things are related to this body. And even the wealth, house, whatever hereditary you get in this world, they all are related to this body. Because in if you get the next body, and you consider you are the owner of one company, okay, or you are the so you die due to some accident, then you get the new birth, and after 10 years, when you are small and you return to that company and tell this, I'm the owner of this master, no one will listen, because body is a different, and all these things are connected to the body. So like the problem is that so don't consider, like we don't have to take it in wrong way that you have to give up everything and you have to join as a sannyasi. No, it is not recommended. Like whatever situation you are in, whatever body you are in, like in that body, in that situation, like you have to take the Krishna consciousness very seriously. So but the thing is that like we have to do as a part of a duty, we have to do as a part of a service, and as a part of a seva, but not like we don't need to get attached. Okay, but then like okay, we don't need to get attached, then like but this attachment is very natural to us. But so in that case we have to get attached to the Krishna. And like how we have to become a detached, like a detached doesn't mean that you are not going to take responsibility. Detachment means like we should be like we should get the knowledge, we should become intelligent. And how to become intelligent? Simply by reading Srila Prabhupada books, okay, and hearing the classes. So yes, like too much attachment is not recommended by the self-realized souls. Another thing is that okay, like we are too much attached to our like consider like I have one daughter and I'm too much attached to her. Then like if I die, then I will think about my daughter. So like at the last moment, whatever I'm thinking, I'm going to get that body. So I may get the like some women body, or like when someone is too much attached like to wealth or something, like they take the birth in the same home in a form of like what you call the wall lizards or some insects. They come, so like we don't need to take the birth like the small insects or a lizard in our own home, like so for this purpose we should attach to Krishna. And like and whatever our whatever responsibilities, duties we are having, like we have to do it as a seva, as a part of a seva, and we don't need to get attached. Okay, this is my husband, but like a Krishna has given me this for this body, so like I shouldn't get too much attached to that. So yes, so too much attachment is never never recommended by the self-realized souls. So householder life, this is the main challenge, that you don't need to get too much attached. Okay, so and like what Prabhupada is saying, this Varnashrama system, like Prabhupada is having this thing like okay, I'm living this planet, but like I'm not able to like establish the Varnashrama system. So what is this Varnashrama system? And so, like the lifespan of a human life is divided into the four parts. First is a brahmachari ashrama, like that is order of a childhood. In the childhood, like the girls are like trained to like get very well versed in like cooking or like a cleaning, and like how to manage all the stuff. Okay, and the boys are like they are treat like or they are they have teach all the things. Like we can see now there is a description in a Krishna book, like that chapter, even in like even in the canto 10, like we can see there is one chapter where like everything, like when Krishna and like Balrama go to their teacher's place, then what type of skills they are like learning, dancing, singing, stitching, cooking, everything. Like they have learned everything. So like this boys also train, and this women these girls are also used to get trained in this brahmachari ashrama. And not only for this some kind of skills to earn money, but they have given the spiritual knowledge, systematically given the spiritual knowledge. And then teacher used to like observe them. Okay, this child has a brahmana property, so he can become a brahmana. Or this child has some kshatriya's qualities, so he can become a kshatriya. And when teacher used to observe these things, then like they used to get trained in that field. Okay, so it is not like that obligatory na, like you have to learn this only, then you can do. Like it was on a guna and karma. Okay, like what qualities you are having. Then second, like so yes, like first was the brahmachari ashrama. And there like the man and the women, they used to get trained to ultimate goal of life. Ultimate goal of life is not to like get a good job, or like get a good wife, or or to like get a lot of wealth. And like goal of life is not to enjoy the like unlimited sense gratification. Okay, so like they used to they have to train to achieve the ultimate goal, that is going back to the Godhead. And the next stage, that is the grahastha ashrama, like after 25 or like after 15, whatever. So like maybe in starting it was 15 na? Like boys and girls, they used to get married earlier, but now is like now it is like almost 25 to 30. Okay, because like everyone wants to earn, everyone's want to like get the settled. till that you don't get the respect or you don't get the independent to do whatever you want to do. Okay. So like yes, next stage is a grahastha ashrama. So like when person enter in a grahastha ashrama, they it doesn't to be frank, I'm telling you something like like one of my friend, like he was saying he get married, and like now he get the unlimited subscription for having the sexual intercourse with that partner. So this is how our generation works. Okay. They don't know because they are not trained in childhood, they are not trained in a brahmachari ashrama what to do. So like they enter in a grahastha life with having no knowledge. Even girls don't know how to behave with the seniors. Girls don't know how to cook. Girls don't know how to clean. They don't know everything. Okay. Whatever basic things they don't know. Even the boys don't know like why they are entering in householder life. Even girls don't know the husband is not just for there to fulfill your all the desires. Buy me this clothes, buy me this jewelry, etc., etc. Or like wife is not there for only for cooking. Okay. Or like to cleaning the home. There should be something balance, and everything should revolve around the Krishna. Whatever we are doing, like we are doing for Krishna's service. Like, and the husband should never like if someone like a wife she voluntarily choose to give up her job and like to serve the family, to stay in a home and to serve the family. So whole family should respect her. Okay. And like at the same time, like the women should also respect her husband, because it is not just now you are the earning money, so you should get the like a lot of respect. This is what is the condition of today's society. That's why marriage is collapsing. Okay. When women start thinking, oh, I am also earning, then why it is need to take care of the parents, to take care of the senior parents, or like why I should only cook. Because then for the working women's, like you have to take care of your home, you have to take care of your your kids, and you also have to do jobs, and you are you are straining a lot. And it is basically that this householder stuff, mans cannot do multitasking, they are designed like that. So so here for the Vedic culture, it was not division of labor. But people misuse this stuff now. That's why everyone wants to now earn and have a job and do all these things. Okay. So in a grahastha life, we are not coming together for the sense enjoyment. Okay. We are coming together so that we can serve Krishna. When in the last purpose of this is the of the same books we have seen that in this material world, man cannot live without a woman and women cannot live without a man. So it is necessary to get married. Okay. Especially for the women's, because what Prabhupada says, Prabhupada wants every daughter of him to get married and every son of him to stay brahmachari. So brahmacharis has a good option. Now boys have good option, they can become brahmachari. But women, they must get married, because they are designed like that. If you don't get married, the people are there to manipulate you. Okay. And to use you. So yes, this is the grahastha ashrama, where you come together not for the sense enjoyment, but you come together to serve Krishna. Okay. And so this is very beautiful ashrama. We can see there will be some a senior devotees, both are a devotees, even both are working, but they manage so nicely. So it is the very beautiful. Grahastha ashrama is very beautiful, unless you are too much indulged and too much attached to material things, or too much attached, and you don't have the spiritual knowledge, then it is very harmful. But when you are a when you are practicing spirituality, when you are following the instruction, then this is a very beautiful ashrama. Okay. So in a grahastha ashrama, you are practicing to enter in a transcendence. Okay. And then next is a vanaprastha, that is a preliminary stage of the renounced life. Then slowly you have to give your responsibilities to your son. Okay. And son and daughter, and then you slowly getting detached with from everything, and you are preparing yourself to enter in a sannyasa order. Okay. What Prabhupada is saying here, so this spirituality is a gradually, you don't need to you have to become a sannyasi at age of 5. No. It was gradually. Okay. For everyone. and it is a part of life. It is not like that this 2 hours I will do spirituality, and rest part I will do whatever I want to do. No, the spirituality is for the 24 by 7. Okay, this like so-called classes now. Okay, these are my spiritual classes, like, so for only for the half hour I will be spiritual, then I will live the normal life. No, this is not recommended. So even like what Prabhupada is saying, unfortunately, uh, for want of a sufficient culture of the human spirit, no one wants to give up the householder life, even though it's full of pinpricks and the mud. So like yes, we can see because like there are a lot of sufferings. Okay, because like we are staying in a dukhalem ashashvatam. So like here we will get here will we get the suffering. Maya Devi with her trishul, with the three kinds of miseries. He is like torturing us. Please get out of this place. This is not place for living, for best place for a living. Okay, you should get out of this. That's the reason it is given. Okay, so and like then it is like compared to the cranes stand on the bank of a river. We can see the crane birds, like we can even see here in a like, so he stand at a like a site or a shore of a pond, and like he observe, is there any fish? And these waves come like that and even we can see like how crane is standing on the one leg. Okay, he's just standing on a one leg. He's performing a lot of austerity, and like with a lot of focus he's observing like where fish is moving, and the like waves are coming like it is affecting like it's like a lot of troubles are there. Then also he's just standing there. Okay, why he's standing? So that I can catch the fish and I can do the sense gratification. So in a grahastha life there will be lot of problems, but like you are looking for that enjoyment. So this is the wrong attitude to stay in a grahastha life. Okay, so yes, further Prabhupada says, the compared to the cranes to stand on the banks of a river for some sense enjoyment, despite all the inconveniences there. So yes, we can see there are a lot of conveniences, but then also we have to stay there, and we have to like we are then also we are like we are thirsty, and like we are seeking for the like sense enjoyment so that I become happy. But what Prabhupada is saying here, Prabhupada is using very strong words. So until and unless now we follow this, like until and unless we hear this repeatedly, there will be no change in change on us. Okay, so we should always remember that society, friendship, love we are supposed to enjoy in a family life are only the shadowy representations of the real society, friendship, love reciprocated in the kingdom of Lord. So like I think in the chapter 15 now we can see this like a spiritual world is like a tree, and the material world it is a reflection of a tree. Okay, so like whatever like things they are in a spiritual life, they are just reverse in the material life. Okay, like as a spiritual world, it is a sukhalayam. Okay, it is a full of bliss, but this is the dukhalayam. So we can see they are just opposite. So what Prabhupada is saying here, like whatever happiness or like whatever we are in society, uh, okay, we should always remember the society, friendship, love we are supposed to enjoy in a family life. Like so whatever is society, friendship, love, and whatever enjoyment we are trying to see in a family life, it is just a shadowly representations of the real. So like okay, we are come on this material in this material world, but then also we have this memory, like how I used to enjoy in with the Krishna, or how I used to enjoy with my wife in the spiritual world, like how my husband was so ideal, how my son like my kids are so ideal, everyone was so ideal. So when you come in this material world, which is actually a reflection now, like in the memories we have some different thoughts, and we have some different ideas. When we come in this material world, we come with the same memories, we come with the same things, and then the problems start happening now. Why my husband is behaving like this, why my wife is behaving like this, why my kids are not listening to me, and like why this person is unnecessary hurting me, because like we are coming from the spiritual world where these things don't exist. So this is just the opposite of the spiritual world. So we should remember this, like okay, like I shouldn't too much expect from my anyone, from my son, daughter, like from my like grandparents, or from daughter-in-law or anyone. we shouldn't expect too much, because it is just a like a shadowy reflection. Like all the kind of a reflection, perfection you are looking, it is in spiritual world, not in this material world. So further Prabhupada says that there is no reality in a conditioned life of the material existence, but because of our ignorance we are attached to the mirage. So like the enjoyment from the friendship, from the love, from the from the marriage, or from the from doing the sense gratification, everything, it is just like a mirage. If I do this I will become happy, and like when we do this, like we will see another mirage and we will run behind that. But this human life is not to run behind the sense enjoyment. This human life is to run behind the Krishna. Okay. So like when we practice so nicely, so like maybe we can become a gopas and we can play with the Krishna and we can try to catch the Krishna. So please don't run behind the sense gratification. All are struggling. So like Krishna like bless us, like whoever like hearing and whoever is present in this class, like they should get the opportunity to chase the Krishna and like give up all the sense gratification. You know that do you remember like when gopis, they give up everything and they run like when they hear the like flute of Krishna, sound of flute of Krishna, they leave everything and run behind the Krishna. So like okay, like you have to do responsibilities, you don't need to do this, but like in like when you are performing responsibility, at the same time you have to perform that with detachment. And like inside our mind we should always try to serve Krishna, always try to remember Krishna, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. The idea of a society, friendship, and pause but place where we just give me 1 minute. Audible? Hare Krishna, am I audible? Okay. So yes, the idea of a society, friendship, love is not for the all false, is not at all false, but the place where we search, it is a false. So we have to give up the false position and rise to the reality. We should that should be the aim of a life, and that is should be, that is the result of a cultivating human spirit. So okay, so whatever we are searching, love, care, pampering, everything, like yes, this should like this is what everyone need, because these all things we are getting in the spiritual world. But now what is the problem? Okay, we want all these things and these are the good things, but we are searching in a wrong place. It is like you are going in a like a medical store and like you are ordering them for the pizza or some some kind of food, which is wrong, because the place is wrong. So for the, to want, if you want the food, you have to go to some restaurant or you have to go to some hotel. So oh, and if you want like a medicines, then you have to visit the pharmacy shop or a medical shop. So similarly, okay, whatever we are searching, enjoyment, whatever care, whatever love we are searching good things, but in a wrong place. So like and then now, like we have to cultivate this. Okay, like we shouldn't complain. Now my husband is like this, my wife is like this, my father is like this, my mother is like this, my cousins are like this. Okay, like they are, everyone is coming for their sense enjoyment, everyone is coming here to imitate themselves, like imitate like a Krishna, to like to enjoy or to become bossy or to control everyone, and to like I should be enjoyer, not no one should be, everyone should serve me, everyone come with that attitude. So like when we like so that's why there are some arguments. So like okay, they are like we are searching for a good things, we are searching for the right things, but we are searching on the in the wrong place. But now we come to know the happiness, we will get the happiness only in the spiritual world, not here, because this is a dukhalayam ashashvatam. And what is the aim of life? To chase behind this mirage? No, aim of life is to chase behind the Krishna, run behind the Krishna. Okay. And this is the this is the human spirit. Okay, I get this human body, now I have to go back to the Krishna. So like Prabhupada says, at the age of a 50, like you have to give up the householder life. So we can see we still have some devotees like who are at the age of 50, but they are still doing the jobs. And like family members say, no, if you go visit, like if you join the temple, then like who will take care of grandkids? Like you should be stay here. So like we can see this is the prabhava of a Kali Yuga. Even at the age of 50 you are not able to You are not able to give up the sense gratification, or you are not able to detach yourself. So this should be practiced in whatever age you are. From this age or from this time, you have to start practicing this. Okay, so I again repeat, like you have to become detachment. It doesn't mean that like you have to become like a stone, like you don't need to have any kind of responsibility or emotions. No, everything should be there, but as a part of a seva. Okay, so we can also see like the politicians, even like at an age of a 70, 60, they still want to participate in election, because they are not able to give up that prestige or position or that rank. Okay, and this all are the symptoms, like too much attached to the householder life, too much attached to the society, love, husband, wife, daughters. It is a like a symptoms of an uncultured society. So like yes, this was very important now, because all are like most of the devotees are the grahastas here, so we get give the lot of time here. So from tomorrow we will start with the new verse. So for today we can end it here. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्णा. Thank you for joining everyone.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna
you,
Mataji,
Mataji.
Hare
thank you
Krishna
so much. Thank you
Mataji.
so
Thank you,
much.
So if you
Mataji.
think
Yeah.
like I need to correct something, and like I have spoken something wrong, you can correct me. Like our group is open, and even you can you can message me under what is the right thing to correct the devotees, or like correct someone who is a pre-reaching. We should approach their approach their teacher. Okay, like then we can tell their teacher, okay, Mataji, there is one devotee in your class, like she is speaking like this, and like I think this is the wrong. Can you correct him? So like teacher will give the dose indirectly. Okay, so this is also way. So if you think like I have spoken something wrong, or like which is not in Prabhupada's books, you can let me know, or you can let my Shiksha Guru know. Okay. So Hare Krishna, Happy Krishna Conscious Day.
Hare
So
Krishna,
we have
Happy
to get
Krishna,
Hare
attached to
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Happy
Mataji.
Krishna
Pranam.
Conscious
So
Day.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna,
so
Hare
much.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Muttamanikam Prabhu, you have to end the meeting for all, because you are the host.
Hello.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Bhej. Mataji Bhej.